Austin Spradlin. When I asked him about the long layoff, he said it shouldn't be a big deal for us. We did it a lot when we were in the OVC. When we went to the NCAA tournament, we had a long layoff. So from his standpoint, he's got experience with it. But what about the big fella, Hutchinson Everett? They get it out there to Brown, and the rebound controlled by the Dukes. Freeman will take the three and nail it. Because he has raised that three-point percentage, Scott Cross says opposing teams now have to guard him. Whereas before they were kind of leaving him alone, concentrating on the other weapons. Freeman rattles it home. And the lead's back to 15. It's going to take a lot to come back from this 17-point deficit. It's going to include scoring the ball and getting defensive stops.
Well, and I think you can take that lot and make it a little or smaller, more manageable if you attack the lane more as opposed to settling for the threes, was what Coach talked about. There's an example.
Here, Freeman's their only player in double figures with 11. Freeman takes the three and hits it. And James Madison really has yet to get into the game. Now, they did cut it to 4 after falling behind by 14 in the opening minutes. And it looked like they were going to make a game of it, and then they faltered, disappeared.
Here's a chance to get back onto a little bit of that run as the scoring drought's hit over 3 minutes for Troy.
Lead down to 10.
Yep, there he goes.
Taylor goes to the bench right away after that happened. But Conaway's done that to a lot of guys.
Yeah. It's a long list.
Smith sets the screen. Freeman pulls up and hits it. He's up close to 470 this single season and adds to it right there with the steal in the knock off the rust after he had sat out last season with an injury. But he's got his 9th 20-point game of the season here tonight. Let's check in with Shelby.
Troy head coach Scott Cross said simple: get stops, rebounds, and do not stop pressing on them.
He's out of bounds.
Right, and it was still in the air. Off the inbounds, Brown sticks it in and one. Valdez takes a run at the basket, missed the banker. Lindsey gets the rebound. Disappointing finish to this season for a James Madison team that had won 10 conference games in a row before the regular season finale season with the Dukes this year. It's a shame for him that it's going to end here tonight. Going to go for a new career high right here and get it.
Eddie Ricks, who just rotated in, 2 really good quality players for the Dukes this year.
Drone hits both. It's Freeman, Brown, Ricks, Hutchins, Everett, and Taylor on the floor for Coach Spradlin. There's a long distance 3-point shot up and good for Drone, Pope, Guns, Ogaro out there. Guns throws up a left-handed shot. Rebound pinballed around, outlet up ahead, JMU. There's an angle right three is up and good by March for Texas State.
You know, and I think for the Bobcats, you know, they're doing a better job on the offensive end. It's now, can they start to get some stops from this potent JMU?
Couple of long balls, got double figures with 10. Back to a 1-point JMU lead.
Yeah, really good ball movement. That last possession by the Cats. And Morgan hits that big baseline 3-point jumper, getting them back within 1. Like I said, now it come down, can you guard? Can you keep this JMU team under wraps?
Freeman, turnaround shot is good. JMU, meanwhile, 19 of 22 from the charity stripe. 90 seconds to go, and we are deadlocked at 72. Left corner, Freeman puts up the 3 and gives a little different opponent tonight. Drone's got both. In the backcourt, Freeman brings it across. Goes to the hole. Morgan kind of lets him go. Don't want to.
To the GoPro and just wasn't able to.
Noah Williams checks into for the first time tonight for the Dukes. Transfer out of Seattle, Washington. Played for Washington and Washington State before headed across the country to play for JMU. He likes that purple and yellow, doesn't he?
He does. He does.
Freeman, 1-on-1 versus Willis. Step back 3. Got it. Again, elite player. Under 12 to go here in the first half.
Yeah, Watson's been the main offense, just being able to pull up and shoot that little short jumper.
Brown on Young. Gets it to Freeman, top of the key. He'll not hesitate to take that three-point shot for good reason. He hits another one.
Yeah.
Mid-range jumper, no good. They've got impressive size, but they are one of the fastest teams we've seen this year.
Well, they get up and down.
Quick.
Yeah, they get up and down the floor. They move the ball, and they move without the ball.
Freeman throws it up. Oh, my goodness. Circus shot by Marcus Freeman.
ULM got double-teamed and wasn't able to hit Deju.
Watch it. Tough play. Stolen. Freeman all alone to the basket. He'll hit the easy layup, and this lead's been pushed to 18. ULM can tie or actually take the lead. Watson, stop, pop, no good. Rick Skies for the rebound. Lindsey quickly right up to Freeman.
Rick went and got it and got rid of it because he knew he was coming down awkward.
And that was a good look by Watson. Just couldn't get it to go.
Yeah, Watson has hit those shots earlier in this game.
Freeman, he's got an open three. Well, he was due.
He just two straight possessions under the basket with shots in the lane, and they come up empty-handed with their down three.
Freeman almost knocked away by Bolden. Freeman's floater got it to go. Big shot. Impressive. Maybe the most impressive team we've seen. You're down 18, and these kids never gave up tonight.
Yeah, you're down and just keep fighting and come back, and you're still just trying to get it. You know, every one of those guys want to win. No matter what the situation, no matter what the record, they all want to win. I mean, they're competitors.
1 minute left. Freeman's going to be content to drain as much of this clock as possible. Yeah, 10 on the shot clock. Freeman drives through the entire defense, up and in.
Yeah, that's tough.
Now the Dukes, when they hit 70 points, they're 14-1 this season. Georgia Southern gives up a lot of points. A good chance that pace may get to that number today. Freeman gets into the lane.
And Hutchins Everett, particularly when White has momentum to go downhill coming off those ball screens.
White has 13, 6 of 8 from the field, including a three-pointer. And 4 rebounds. Shot clock still on. Game clock about +10. Freeman looking for the screen. Now he'll get on the move. Finds himself wide open. The Purples out of 5 from the field. He too has knocked down a three-pointer. We're back tied at 54. James Madison has won 8 consecutive Sun Belt games. Freeman.
It was an awfully good look for Brown. Or, excuse me, Banks. My fault.
Freeman. Three-pointer. Another. Brown kind of stealthy on that steal and takes it all the way down for the bucket. That makes it a 2-point ball game. Oh, Williams on the floor for James Madison. Transfer from Washington. Open shot for Mark Freeman, his first bucket.
State, I don't want to make excuses for them, but they don't go but 6 or 7 deep. You could be getting to that time of the year when you're on a long road trip, you're on the road, that maybe your legs just aren't there like they normally would be. They certainly don't have the pep and the zip that the JMU kids have had, at least not in this second half.
Panthers will get on a bus after tonight's game and drive to Norfolk this evening, as there to the rim goes Freeman. Impressed by that when he drove by on the interstate.
And that stuff was harder than running on the interstate.
It is. Yeah, you're right.
Wow.
That was a rock.
Where was Linton from?
Down Covington area.
Okay. Okay.
And off to Lindsey. Back out, Smith. Freeman cuts in. Bucket.
Great pass by.
Then a freshman from Sarasota, Florida, checks in for the 10th time. Had a couple of steals against the Marshall Thundering Herd, as the Dukes will start to take the air out of it potentially here as well. Georgia State has played its final home game of the year. And getting in on the three-point night.
White, step back for three, short. Dukes want to push up the pace. Brown, nowhere to go up top. James Madison have not scored in over 2 minutes. 4 of 10 from the field, and Freeman changes that, snapping after scoring 7 quick points and hitting a key three. Freeman fires for three, no. Offensive rebound, Dukes. Lindsey, skip pass, finds Freeman all alone. He connects for three. Mark Freeman with 10 transfers has just grown throughout this season. DeWanna, one of those 10 transfers from Georgia Tech, also spent the first 3 years of his career at NC State. Oh, good drive down the lane, and Freeman starting
physical than Hutchins Everett. He just straight up took it away.
Yeah, Coach Henry said that Colin Cool has been playing his butt off and helping with rebounding and giving the Eagles extra possessions throughout this last few games. Brown splits defenders, finds Freeman. Out to Lindsey, 8 to shoot. Freeman guarded by Banks, drives, gets through, off the glass and in.
Make some quick baskets to really get back in this one.
Both the Eagles and Dukes, the exact same amount of shots taken, 18 of 40, shooting 45% from the field. The difference has been the amount of threes each team has taken. The Dukes, 9 of 23. Georgia Southern, 6 of 16. Freeman right on cue. 7-0 run. Georgia Southern within one. Lindsey. DeWanna to Freeman. Good defense from Georgia Southern. Lindsey, 7 to shoot. Freeman guarded by Douglas. Freeman down the lane. Oh, what a finish in.
That's the first lead for Georgia Southern since the 13-16 mark in the first half after that 10-0 run.
It was a matter of time for the Eagles were able to break through. Freeman to respond. He does.
Inexcusable right there for Georgia Southern, trying to create separation on the backdoor off-ball screen, and just a little bit too much there.
Yeah, we haven't seen many mistakes tonight, but as this game winds down with 6 minutes to go, you have to play your cleanest basketball here. Lindsey couldn't find anyone, goes to Freeman, 8 to shoot. Freeman down the lane, floater. Mark Freeman. Hallman is going to make every shot he takes, completes a 4-point play, and it's back to a 1-possession game. Under 5 minutes left in regulation. Freeman works through the screen, fires from mid-range, got it. Mark spins, right hand, no. Scooped up. Oh, bodies everywhere. The Dukes have it. Freeman, what a finish on the other end.
You see the size there of Hutchins Everett there, bothering the Toledo dribble drive. Bryce Ford thought better of it. They're forced to take a contested jump shot from the mid-range.
Freeman will try one. He's got it.
What a start. 6%. Knocked down his 39th triple of the year.
So a couple of early buckets for the sophomore from Chicago. Freeman's so quick. He's undersized too, 5'11", just 170 pounds. He got the better of Sam Lewis, and they have made their first 7.
Sonny Wilson, his unique ability to finish inside amongst bigger defenders. Prime example of that there.
And ended a scoring drought of close to 4 minutes for Toledo. Catch and shoot 3 for Mark Freeman.
You're right. Of what was a 15-point deficit, it's down to 6 here with the 4-minute mark.
Lewis still hasn't missed. He's 5 for 5, 2 for 2 from downtown. Trying to get Bryce Lindsey open to get him untracked. He'll drive. Burchich kept up with him. Freeman launches and hits.
Isaiah, you're in Toledo, you're going to take that.
Freeman accelerates, flips it up and in.
Scratching and clawing their way to a stop.
Lewis walks into a 3. That would have set the roof on fire. Simmons got run over by Ebenezer DeWanna. Here's Freeman at the other end. And finally, James Madison off the mark and took.
Just knocked down his 68th of the year.
We got 6 points for the day. Bryce Ford can't answer, and Lindsey in traffic pulls down the rebound. Transfer from Texas A&M, native of Baltimore. Here's Freeman, open, got it.
It's number 5 for Martin Freeman. He got it. Freeman and Lindsey. They're out of hand so far.
And Xavier Brown is 3 for 5 from downtown. And again, it's Simmons following Freeman. Freeman to the bucket, and that ends the scoring drought at almost 5 minutes.
From the left wing is Miles Rigsby as he bumps with Freeman. Ball tapped loose. Brown comes up with it, spins off his man, looks back for Freeman. Freeman three-pointer, knocks it down. 5 assists per outing as well, all very respectable numbers.
Extending that zone pressure, 1, 2, 2, 3 quarter court now. It's been quarter court almost the whole game, and now they just extended it to try to create a turnover here right before the half, which did not happen.
Freeman sets up the offense, gets the screen from Lindsey, goes to the rim, and banks it off the glass.
Finn, with this lineup on the floor, they'll probably score the ball as well as they have.
Freeman took a tumble, and he ends up with a rebound. Freeman pushing the ball out. And it rattles around and tumbles off. James Madison has done a better job in the second half.
Oh, got away with a carry there.
Freeman pushes the shot off the rim.
Termed it the Poultry Road rivalry instead of Tobacco Road.
Oh, yes. Some great matchups throughout the years. Freeman to the rim. Rocks it down. And though, you got to get in that rhythm, get in that groove. Lindsey's trying to do that. That looks off to the right, and it is. Smith, offensive rebound. Freeman, he'll take the try, and he'll nail it.
That's well. And JMU's trying to do something that hasn't been done yet this year in the Sun Belt. They're trying to knock off Old Dominion on their home court because Old Dominion hasn't lost on the road yet. 4-0.
That you don't see very often.
That is very unusual.
Freeman, long range straight from the left wing. Up 21 from the field, 3 of 14 on three-pointers. He was perfect on 8 free throw tries. Three-pointer, long rebound. Hutchins Everett tries the schoolyard play and gets away with it, not the way they intended. And the Dukes rattle it in.
He's a Kobe Bryant type shot maker.
That's the 17th time he's hit double digits for the Monarchs this season. And 9 out of 10 Sun Belt games, he's given them at least 10. Freeman, wow, what a play for it seemed, right?
Crazy how successful they were with that.
Amor now playing for Kentucky with head coach Kenny Brooks. Who did they have this weekend, Kirby? Do you remember?
You know, I should know that.
You saw him play Arkansas, beat Arkansas last weekend.
I was there for the Arkansas game, and then they beat Alabama.
Saturday, he launched a three-pointer and missed it, but he hits this one.
He's probably going to get 6 minutes of playing time here, I would guess, especially after that.
And he's 2 for 6, Kirby, on three-pointers, so he has not seen a lot of time on the floor.
JMU's going to go what we call time and score these last 5 minutes, where you try to burn as much shot clock but still score. And that's exactly. You just want to maintain contact as long as you can to get this game as deep as you possibly can. Still have a chance to pull it out late in the game.
Mark Freeman steps off the bench.
Pretty sure he got an extra step in there, a little skip into that three, but.
And
coverage on ball screens, but the JMU guards are much more physical trying to fight across the top, which creates that foul that you just saw right there.
Duana, top of the circle. They can fade off him a little bit. He's not a big-time shooter on the outside. Freeman, nice little ball fake to get to the rim.
Coastal in the lead by 3.
Kind of baiting them in to take those open trays, and it's worked so far. Freeman gets the screen from Duana. And hits. He got the turnover for Coastal Carolina. That is the 5th registered against the visitors. Freeman elevates, knocks it down. Noah Williams back on the court for James Madison. Brown finds Freeman. Overlap that side and chucking it in.
I don't expect to see him defer this last 9-14, though. I think he's in attack mode. He has a little different look when he's playing downhill.
A crossover burns Mio for a moment, and that's exactly what you're talking about there, Coach.
Crunch time. Whether it's one of those other two or you go really small and play all three of them, I'm not going down the stretch without Freeman in the game.
All that experience that he has in his career. Once a Ohio Valley Conference Player of the Year. Freeman weaves his way through. Bounds around, rolls around the 10 and tumbles.
Yeah.
They probably crossed some paths there.
Well, I noticed they acknowledged each other on the foul line is what made me start thinking that. Those 7-5-7 guys, they stick together.
Oh, they know who they are.
Yes, they do.
No doubt about it. 63-55, approaching the 5-minute mark. Here goes Freeman to work again. The teardrop. Half dozen points. It's a 4-point ball game. Spradlin on the sideline slows them down and gives verbal as well as hand signal indications what to do. Freeman looking for the screen, trying to fight through it is Mio. And Freeman hits the...
Elijah Hutchins Everett back on the floor. Noah Williams checks in, 6'5" redshirt senior transfer from the University of Washington. Malik Ferguson on the floor now for Georgia State. There's the lob to Hutchins Everett. He's going to work his way into the paint. Open shooter on the wing is Freeman. They send it out front to Nari Lane. Worked it back over to DK, stolen by A.J. Smith. Cross-court Freeman sidesteps the defender. This will be a 2 off the glass. Taylor over here to Williams. Brown a long 3. Taylor an offensive rebound. 6 offensive rebounds here in the ball game for the Dukes. And Freeman buries it, puts a body on him. Dangerous pass through the paint. 3 put up there by Hamilton is no good. The rebound cleared by JMU. They hand it off to Freeman, the open shooter in the corner. Well, Brown brings it back out front. Freeman long 3, and it's good.
With the goaltend. So 5-2 Monarchs here, the early going. Just a couple minutes into this one here at Chartway Arena, the game they call the Royal Rivalry between these two schools. Bryce Lindsey handing it off to Freeman. Freeman now looking to attack Jaden Johnson and gets by him for a layup. Gordon, Steph Walker, Caden Diggs, and Cal Swant Roger.
I think Coach Jones is thinking about the size difference.
Freeman gives the Duke field goal drought that's reached 6 minutes now. Caden Diggs, tough shot off the back iron, being fought for by Cal Swant Roger, can't get it. Xavier Brown pushes it. Xavier Brown with Davis Jr. on him. Good ball movement. Freeman around the screen, and that's going to go to Freeman with a little.
And he's shown he's a good passer.
So he's knocked his last 3 free throws down. So Cal cutting the deficit down to 5 for the Monarchs. A little bit of half-court pressure here, that three-quarter quarter, I should say, as Freeman dribbles it out. Jaden Johnson on him. Ricks had a lane for a second, pulls it back out. Hutchins Everett hands it off to Freeman, who gets around the corner and lays it in. Boy, he got around the that fifth, and R.J. Blakeney, who is playing with 4 himself, is back in the game. Full court pressure for the Monarchs. Ricks has it. Cross-court pass to Lindsey. Gets it over just in time. Actually, plenty of time, about 5 seconds of time. And now Freeman will be patient with it with 3:43 clock moving and a 12-point lead for the Dukes. Freeman probing, gets downhill. Reverse layup goes. Duro Gordon with a putback. Gonna like his effort tonight. He's got 9 boards and 8 points.
Yeah, but he's the second leading scorer, and he's not anywhere near what he's a double-figure scorer.
Well, it's taken him 2 of 12 or 3 of 13 tonight too to get his point. So it's been a rough go of it. And ODU as a team has just shot 33%. Again, this is now going on 4 straight games with these ice cold offensive performance at the home court. And Coastal will be in here on Saturday. Freeman with 5 on the clock buries it.
Of the afternoon. Again, 33rd all time on the charts scoring-wise at App State. The record, Donald Sims scored 2,185 for the Mountaineers. He finished his career in 2011. Freeman gets an open shot, and that one will tumble in. Although I must say, in that first half on Thursday, that was a lot of collisions going on.
That was about as physical a game as I've seen this season.
Freeman working with the basketball, takes advantage of the screen. Now skips the pass over to Lindsey. Lindsey drives, comes back out. Freeman launches the tray. Bang! Somebody just left him wide open. Freeman on the inbounds. Can't get the shot off. He had the real tall Bobrun in front of him. He stands at 6'9", weighs in at 290. Freeman loses balance, finds his way to the rim, and scores it.
Yeah, nicely.
App State, I want to thank him for his help in providing information and setting up the interview with Coach Kearns for us yesterday.
Well, Appalachian State averages 70 points a game. They've got 46. The Dukes average 74. They've got 34.
And there's 3. 5 for Coach Corny Jackson and the Marshall Thundering Herd. Mingo. And here goes Freeman with his first 2 of the night.
Has been a capable scorer before, dropped 40 in a contest while with Washington State, but just hasn't had that success just yet. Brown with the open floor turnover. Now here's Freeman wide open on the wing, and he hits the trail. What a pass down the right track. Huntley saying, hey,
I'm gonna guess Georgia State. They had a pretty good run right before that.
Georgia State against Baylor in 2015, the last active Sun Belt member with a win in the NCAA tournament prior to last year.
And that was when Ron Hunter had his son playing for him, wasn't
it? Yeah, that's right. And he had that
chance. Miss one every now and then. He can't make all the shots.
Freeman with a little bit more swagger to his approach. Hutchins Everett gets the interior post touch against the zone. Now Freeman crashing through and kisses one off the glass.
Sun Belt Conference favorite Arkansas State, 67-62, part of that 3-game winning streak. So Marshall empty on its first offensive possession, and now the Dukes in the purple go to work here from beautiful Harrisonburg, Virginia.
And you'll notice for JMU, a lot of cutting, a lot of screening, just a lot of action. They're very tough to guard. They run their sets, and they run them very well.
Mark Freeman will fire and connect. Freeman
guards all game long with that drop coverage I was speaking about. Get in there, shoot a little 10-15-foot floater, and be a
moment ago. So teams here trading 3-pointers. Marshall back up by 3. Freeman driving. Beautiful scores. He's got team foul number 4 on the Thundering Herd. And it comes to Freeman. Freeman out of Memphis, Tennessee. Great basketball city, and Freeman. Harrisburg, tight game, 6-point difference.
And this is an interesting decision by Coach Spradlin, leaving Hutchins Everett in the game. He has 2 fouls, just picked up a second foul right before the break. This is a big decision he's just made.
Four blocks already in the game. Freeman driving in and hit again, and it's going to kill him. A whole lot more than just coaches getting with their players in this day and age, isn't it?
No, Marshall's done a good job of turning this into, just an entertaining night all the way around, not just the basketball, but, little side productions, hands, feeding Dawson, feeding Spear, keeping those 2 involved. You dance with the one who brought you, and then those 2 have had it going this game, and they've done a good job of, continuing the offensive production.
Well, I was going to say Spear had matched.
You didn't jinx the man that time.
I try not to. Spear playing with 3 fouls. He's got 24. Freeman. Marshall up 6. Freeman dashes and scores.
He's 7 for 7 from the three-point line. I mean, just incredible shooting. You won't see many shooting performances better than the one he's putting on tonight.
And how about this guy? He can do it as well.
Easier going into that game at 2-2 in conference play than going in at 1-3.
Here's Freeman dashing and scoring. Freeman with beautiful move.
Double the dribble and force him to give it up and not let just Freeman play one-on-one.
Xavier Brown tosses it in to Freeman, who brings it across the timeline. Right there with Lindsey, Elijah, Hutchins, Everett on the floor. And here goes Freeman, and Freeman will put it through.
And Alabama made all the plays down the stretch. But that just shows the talent level with this Arkansas State team. I believe Alabama was ranked number 2 in the country when that game took place.
Floater from Freeman, topples on in. 4 drives, up and under, won't go in. Smith goes up and grabs the carom. AJ with his 6th rebound for JMU. Of the 5 top rebounding individual single game efforts this year. Get inside the arc at 52%. But that translates to shooting 35% in the points that they've got thus far this year. So the outside game is a strength, but I know what you're saying. Right. Duke's in the early going, 3 out of 6 from the floor, including 2 for 4 on three-pointers. 2 out of 7 thus far for Southern Miss. Freeman tracks it down, elevates, swish for number 0. Online as well at some point this evening. Baseline jumper misses first off, and the Dukes come away with the first defensive board here to start the second half. Freeman, it's first half, lead changed 10.
Here later on as the game moves on, just to take the ball out of his hands and make someone else beat him, because he's doing a really good job coming off those ball screens.
Well, he's got 16 points, and that surpasses what he had against the Dukes last year. 15 points and 9 assists in the Southern Miss win.
I know his stats don't speak it, but he looks like a shooter. He steps in, has great rotation, a quick release. Everything about that looks good.
His best points production was 5 against South Dakota State, where he was 2 for 4, 1 for 3 on trades. He's got the 2 buckets here tonight. Freeman will try to answer it, and he does so.
It's just a huge...
Oh, check that. That's 10. So he is in double figures. A high talent, but he has been struggling offensively. His offensive confidence has been down, according to Ladner. Shot clock, single digits. Crossover. Step back. Freeman again. It swishes on through, swirls around before it falls on through. Gordon has his first bucket of the night.
2 offensive rebounds, created 3 opportunities to basket. It makes it a lot easier to convert.
Check that. That's his 2nd field goal this evening. He's got 4 points. Freeman rolls it off, and there's a JMU career.
Like he can't be stopped.
Curbelo uses the screen, elevates, got a good shot.
It was tougher than some of the others he's had, though.
Freeman, and the circus shot. 65-47. Freeman elevates, elbow. After a couple of bounces, rolls off for the Orange. And Miguel Shaw comes in, a 6'8", 215-pound senior from Atlanta, Georgia, by way of Barton College. And he is 3 for 3 in three-pointers.
That was about a 25-foot 3 there.
Freeman goes to work. Oh, breaks him down. Up and under, and gets enough on that ruling. So it's not, I don't think it's fully completed yet with what they're going to do.
Well, JUCOs are going to be pretty popular if you can go there, get exposure, and not burn eligibility.
Exactly. You can. Well, there's actually probably a little
bailout.
So here's Brown.
Travel.
Misses, but gets another opportunity outside to Freeman for 3. Freeman hits the 3.
Passes and get those shooters opened up.
Elijah Ormiston trying to get a travel, but instead Hutchins Everett will just take it away. So a turnover either way you go. And now a three-pointer by Mark Freeman. He's hit another one.
Might continue to tonight. And Cam will begin the game on the bench. It's a new look for the Deeks tonight. The strutting Deke on these brand spanking new white jerseys. Wake and James Madison. And this is Freeman, the former Ohio Valley. Salas. Little fadeaway. A.J. Smith pulls down the rebound.
Two purple jerseys around the basket.
Freeman pulls the trigger and buries another three.
Grady again with a tray. He's up to 5, and it's a 10-3 Wolverine advantage. Freeman. Hutchins. Everett will give it up now to Ricks. Freeman, penetration, has a little overplay that time by Leinart, and taking 18.8 points per game. Had only 4 here in Tuesday night's victory.
You got some tired bodies out right now. This has been back and forth without a whistle.
Now they need a hockey line change, but no stoppage of play to get that going. Freeman gets his man up in the air. Tolson stays with him, though. Freeman, tough shot, and it's good. A lot of contact. Peterson cut off. Still tries to make a shot out of it. He does get the shot off. The screen, Freeman. Freeman looking for Hutchins Everett to roll in, but instead he takes. So Buggs was recruited by Texas A&M. After Lindsey had left, they were going to use him to fill the void, but Buggs, 2 here in this half. He had 1 at halftime.
That's a big call because at times he's the focal point of the offense.
Ball knocked away, picked up by Brown. Brown kicks out right side, three-pointer. That's good.
Now stayed with it, and if they really wanted that honor of starting and they had clearly earned it, then sometimes we would go that route.
Good. Boy, that was a late recognition, and the bucket, score it. That's of a contest. Now they start with Johnson in the corner. Off the lip of the iron. Rebound comes out. Freeman down the floor. Johnson nearly got its finger on it, but he couldn't finish it. But 5 games to start the year, but was out for a short period of time. We'll see him back on the court for the Patriots this afternoon. For the Dukes of James Madison, and first-year head coach Preston Spradlin has on the floor Freeman, Brown, Smith, Ricks getting his first start at JMU in front of the home crowd, and Hutchins Everett. Skin was born in Nigeria, but his mother brought his 2 siblings, older siblings, and Skin, to the United States when he was about 2 or 3 years old. Didn't know many people.
Oh, that's a tough shot.
There is massive rebound for the Patriots. They got Euro step, floating it up, can't get it to tumble in. Ball comes out free. Smith has his 7th rebound of the day. There's a drive. Nice adjustment there from O'Connor. Swiped at. And O'Connor takes the shot. Controlled by Freeman after Smith was down there as well.
Boy, that's some good JMU defense.
Freeman working off the screen. Gets some space. I have to go back and look at a box score. James Madison played at Georgia Tech in December of 04. It was the same week they were in Chattanooga for the national championship.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look at the box to see if he was a player at that time with the Yellow Jackets.
There you go.
That's what
interior matchups we've seen in this tournament. Here's a takeaway. Brown looks ahead. Great job finding his backcourt. As Pierre Jr. looks for more here for Jack State. Shot partially deflected. Good help defense. Off comes Bryce Lindsey and the Dukes. Freeman. Pump fake. They're going to leave him open, and he is going to take the event as well. Here we have the Dukes up by 7. Freeman looking for more, and he gets more with the triple. His first points of the game. And that's a big bucket because it slows this growing lead for JMU. Here's a screen by Duana. Freeman to the basket, and he gets one to go with a 3 on day 3. Championship game coming up 20 minutes upon the conclusion of this game, which is a 10-point affair. James Madison up by that many over Jacksonville State. Freeman with the basketball to set things up for the Dukes. Xavier Brown's had the hot hand, but Freeman in the passing lane on that one. I mean, nearly. Here's Williams with a pull-up at the shot clock buzzer, and there's another offensive rebound and another Duke. 20 seconds. Well, now down to 15. That's a big offensive rebound. Back-to-back big offensive rebounds, actually. Freeman with the floater from the baseline. Gets it. Will keep it. Cross court somehow finds Tyler McGuy. This time he is off the mark from distance. Back the other way with a beautiful hold it for one opportunity, potentially. Freeman to Brown. Down to 4. Back to Freeman, the leading scorer. Can he add 2 more? Yes, he can. Have Brown, Lindsey, Anderson, Smith, and Freeman. Brown with the basketball. Needs help, finds it, gets it back. Nice no-look. 3-pointer on the way, and the 3-point. Ball going length of the floor. Great venue for this event here in Daytona Beach, Florida, home of America's best beaches. Game 1. This tournament will conclude Sunday, and it'll be followed by the Sunshine Slam at 10. Flames with the lead. Reeves fresh into the game. Great defense. And a blocked shot by Hutchins Everett. And a 3 is good. Anderson works to Smith, tries to spin away, held, foul called. It will go against Ahmad Henderson. That is his first team second.
of his
Shot
career.
clock to 2. Jones drives, puts it up, no. And the Dukes come the other way quickly. There's a 3 from Freeman. It's good.
They will return this game. A lot of people don't want to come here and play him. But he waited. Now we're on Monumental TV, home of the Wizards and the Capitals. But James Madison, I thought, like what you said, Spiro, these are old CAA teams.
Freeman hits the bucket.
We don't like 0 for 2s.
Under a minute to go. Brown feeds on the right side for Lindsay. Left side to Freeman. Get it left of the lane to Hutchins Everett. Back out front. Work it into the corner.
Excellent ball.
Now wide open 3 is good by Freeman. The Tigers down by 3. And now the Dukes going to wait for the last shot. Feed it. Right side. Freeman. Baseline jumper is good.
Haven't had many good looks either. Townsend's taking away the easy looks.
Tark with a quick 3. Pat Scarry did not like that one. Now Freeman the other way. He lays it up and in, and the Dukes finally get on the board. Drive by Tark. Banks it up. No. Rebound is grabbed by Taylor. Ahead to Brown. Brown in the corner. Freeman pumps, fires the 3 and hits. Now works it out to Tark, who drives. Puts it up off the side of the backboard. Ahead to Freeman. Freeman going to go in for the easy layup, and it's a 3-point.
Bumps, tries the 3. It's pretty close, but wouldn't fall down. Let's check in with David. Well, hang on just a second. I caught him off guard. All right, go ahead, David. Player for player. But getting back to Pavletsky, went to Ohio State for a year, and the system just did not work as well for him there, and so he wanted to change the scenery, and he has
6 of their top 8 back. They're probably going to play those 6 more than JMU will stay with a certain 6.
Bumping and grinding with a big man down below is Pavletsky. Can't get it to fall, and the Dukes come up with a board. Stepping into the 3, Mark Freeman. First half of play.
Little token pressure here from Ohio. This is not to turn JMU over in any way, shape, or form. It's to make them burn shot clock so they have less time to run their offense. And it did what it set out to do. They started their offense with 22.
Wide open is Freeman if he can hit, and he does.
I think if you look closely, JMU hasn't been tremendously efficient in the half court the entire game. The difference was in the first half they were getting out in transition.
Now there's a drive off the 7. That is in the third quarter. And a second chance for the Dukes. Freeman steps into the 3. Bang. Offense. The sports information director for Ohio and helping us to prepare for today's ball game. Getting us set up to talk with Coach Bowles. And, of course, Brett Beecham here at James Madison in his first year as the men's basketball SID. Second year overall. Freeman drives and bucket.
Ohio's having